Welcome everyone. Today we'll have a video to look at a lot of hidden features in patch 1.1 which most of us are not aware of. So we'll be looking at a lot of the hidden achievements which can give us more Primogems, as you can see over here. Also, there are daily NPCs we can speak to for minerals which can spawn daily and also give us a lot of weapon experience. The best usage and traps of the Condensed Resin. We'll also look at what happens when you get exploration reputation to 100%, do you get any extra rewards, the cooldown with Childe, and also explain the hidden mechanics with Childe's cooldown. And finally, we'll look into some of the quality of life improvements with the current patch, which is very nice. To start things off, I'm sure most of us know that you can speak to the two Blacksmith in Mondstadt and also on Resin for different mining locations daily. This will give us the magical crystals and also the crystal mines, which can give us weapon experience. The magical crystals will cost Resin, which we'll talk about after, but the crystal mines equals to free weapon experience, which is very nice. After speaking to the Blacksmith, you can see that on my map I have a new mining location, and this is called the Rich Ore Reserve. There is one hidden NPC in each of the cities. In Mondstadt, if you speak to Darth over here, you do have to speak him in the day. If you come to him at night, it does not work. He wouldn't be here. So if you speak to him with this dialogue, is there anything to note nearby? This will give us additional daily mineral locations. And you might say, hey, it's not a big deal. It's just a mineral location. Let me show you what you can find over there. So coming over to this mineral location, I was shocked by the amount of minerals. Look at this. I rotated, I saw a chest, then I saw about 10 minerals over here. A lot of crystals which can be used for weapon upgrades, and you see the magical ores as well. So one location that was given by the hidden NPC Duff over here is about 10 minerals per day, and this is a very nice location. Similar to Duff, there is another hidden NPC in Resin Harbor. He is located over here and his name is Iron Shoulder. So let me show you guys the NPC. Over here, if you speak to Iron Shoulder, he's going to tell you there is another mineral location. So basically, speaking to those two NPCs daily, you'll gain 2 additional mining locations on top of the Blacksmith. Now that we know where to loot additional daily minerals, let's have a look at what can we do with those minerals. So over here on this replay, you can see that if we spend 3 of the magical crystals with 10 Resin, we'll be getting 6 of the weapon enhancement ores. Each of those give 10,000 experience. And over here, if you look at this Reddit post posted by Childe over here, he shows you what you get if you craft one of those ores. So you get 50 of your adventure experience, you get 10 companion experience, and then you get the 6 ore. This by far, guys, is one of the not effective ways for Resin. So unless you really need your weapon experience, this is not a great way for usage of Resin, because there's so many other ways to do it, and you still get a lot of free crystal mines just by going to the daily locations. Since we're talking about Resin, let's have a look at the Condensed Resin traps and best usage. So with the Condensed Resin in-game, if you come to the Blacksmith, it will cost 1 crystal ore or 1 crystal core and also the 40 Resin. This will give you one of the Condensed Resin. Now keep in mind, guys, this can be very good and very bad at the same time. Why is that? Is that this can be a trap. If you're planning to do the 40 Resin or the 60 Resin world or weekly boss, the Condensed Resin cannot be used here. Even though it costs 40 to craft it, it can only work on the 20 Resin scenarios, for the domains, for the artifacts, for the flowers. But there is a very positive side on this Condensed Resin, is that we can stock up more Resins and prepare for higher adventure level. For example, over here, I have crafted with my spare Resin yesterday to craft 3 of those. We can have a maximum of 3 in the inventory, and this means I have stored up 120 Resin. And if I do get to adventure level 45 and unlock my world level, I can use those Resins for higher levels. So I'm basically saving a day worth of Resin this way. Having the Condensed Resin is also really helpful, because if you're in a rush, if you have a lot of stamina or Resin you want to just save or use, you can come and craft them. Or you can go to one of those flowers, you can go to the domains, finish 1 or 2 of those, use the Condensed Resin, then craft the Condensed Resin to quickly spend all your Resin and then get back to what you have to do. So this way, if you're in a rush, this can be really helpful. Now, if you haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so. Make sure you also turn the bell on for the latest news as I find more of them for us. You can see that we're really dedicated for Genshin Impact. We'll have builds, guides, tips, news, and events updates for everything that's Genshin Impact related. Now, if you're like me, looking at the 84% or any percentage was world exploration, I always wondered if we get additional reward for getting higher of the exploration. we do not get more of 80%, so I was wondering about 100%. And over here we talk about the 100% exploration reputation rewards. Looking at a post over here by Efilain, over here he showed you that by completing the Mondstadt region for 100%, all golden over here, you do not get additional rewards. So what that means is, if you come back over to the game, we only get rewards for 20, 40 and 60%. We do not gain additional rewards in terms of XP or Mora by getting 80 or 100%. And if you're looking for a better way to get more reputation experience, it's not from exploration. If you want more detailed guide on the reputation, I do recommend coming back to this video, which will talk about things in more detail and give you guys more tips with hunting. Next up, this is more specific for one particular character. This is the new character Childe. I've been getting comments and messages from our viewers saying, why does Childe have such a long CD? 45 seconds. I was like, what? And there's a hidden cooldown settings. So while Childe is in melee form, the longer he stays in melee form, the longer the cooldown goes. So let me show you guys an example over here. I went into Childe's melee form, and after waiting for a while, what's going to happen is his cooldown is going to... He can stay in the melee form for the extended duration, but after a while you're going to see a red flash and he'll be forced to go out of cooldown. And you can see that I'm looking at a 42-second cooldown if I went for the longest duration of Childe. Why is it not 45 seconds? It's because I'm having 2 Anemo characters on the team, which gave me 5% cooldown reduction that also stacks with Childe. To better explain the Childe cooldown scenarios, let's come over to this post with Area Access, because I was wondering the same thing as well. He actually tallied up the cooldown timings without any cooldown reduction, keep that in mind. So he shows you the optimal speed or time you want to stay in Childe's melee form, and after 4 seconds, Childe is going to have increase of duration for the longer you stay. So if you stay in melee form for 7 seconds, it's going to be 12-second cooldown when you come back to range form, and all the way up to 30 seconds. So Childe can stay in melee form for 30 seconds, but it's going to cost you a 45-second cooldown. Now this is when things comes interesting, because if you come over to Childe's constellation over here, and that's why I think they purposely made him a little godly with constellations, the 20% cooldown reduction also applies to all of those timings. With a maximum 45 seconds, that's 9 seconds off the cooldown. And if you do get the final form of Childe, you are no longer subject to cooldowns. As long as you cast his ultimate once within 30 seconds, which is quite easy, you get cooldown reset each time you come back. So no matter it's 45 or 10 seconds, you have no cooldown. And that's why it makes him godly with Constellation 6. But that's beyond most of us. For most of us, keep in mind guys, it works with 2 Anemo cooldown reduction, it works with Constellation 1, and also the optimal time for Childe to come out of melee form is probably between 1 to 7 seconds, depending on your durations. After that it goes to 14 and it goes much higher as the time goes. Now I did save the best to last. There are a few of the hidden achievements in the game which I'm still looking as well. Currently I have found 2 so far for us. With the AFK with the 10-minute bounty hunt, you will gain more gems for the achievement. Also, if you dodge correctly with Childe's battle, you also gain energy achievement. For the hidden bounty monster hunt achievement, what we need to do is, we need to accept a monster hunting, and after accepting that, we need to find the location, and after finding the bounty monster location, we need to stand in the location and wait for the timer to expire. Once the 10-minute timer goes away, what you're going to see here is, we got a hidden achievement with the quest failed, and this gives us additional Primogems. Looking over for the Outlander vs Outlander achievement, what you need to do is notice my cleaves marked. You need to try to dodge any of his attacks and also consider the fact you have your ultimates available. So try to go behind Childe if you can, and this way you have more windows to dodge. And whenever you get your ultimate, when the attack is about to land on you, use your ultimate, and this can dodge about 0.5 to 1 second of his damage. And rotating the ultimates with the burst spells can be very effective. I also have a video to give you guys more guides on how to dodge, and I'll have that in the description for you guys. So basically, keep away from Childe if you can. If you cannot, go behind him, and just play the game normally. If you do dodge enough, you'll get the achievement at the end. Coming over to my achievement list on the Wonders of the World, you can see Quest Failed and Outlander vs Outlander. Those are the 2 hidden achievements that is not shown in the game. Just to double confirm that this was not shown within the achievement, I came to an older video which I recorded about achievements. You can see over here I'm showing all of the achievements that's currently in my book, and you don't see any of those two. You don't see the failed, you don't see the Outlander vs Outlander. I actually scrolled down over here in the particular video as well as we go. So as you can see, as I scroll down, you don't actually see those two achievements. So they're pretty much the hidden achievements that's in the game. I am still on the lookout for more of those to get us more Primogems. But because we do not get a lot of Primogem this way, I also looked into the other achievements. The collection of the 5 Primogem achievements are mainly from the main story by doing the Archon quest at level 35. You can also defeat Childe for additional achievement, and also as we go further with the main quest, you can unlock more achievements. After that, there are still a few over here which I haven't completed. I do believe there are more hidden achievements. I'm still looking for them, and once I do find them guys, I'll show you guys at the end of the video. Now before we finish, I also want to cover some of the quality of life improvement with patch 1.1. Those are really nice, because now we can redeem in-game for any of the codes. This means the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 players are no longer having to wait and not be able to redeem codes. Coming to the settings and account, you can redeem codes over here. So the next time we post a code, everyone can enjoy it. And also we can see artifact stats where you enhance them and you know which one to use. You also get the upgrade materials back if you over max level the artifacts or weapons. There is also a new feature in the expedition which allows you to use the characters that is in the expedition. Now I can use my Kachin for exploring and save 5 more hours. And finally guys, there is an idle animation for each of the characters, and those looks really good. As an example of the adorable idle animation, which the Chichi I don't have, let's have a look at this Reddit post by GealDaydreamer over here. So what you're going to see is, you're going to see Chichi over here, then let's have a look at her. She's idle at the moment. Look at her. So cute, right? She's stretching with her little arms. Every character have an idle animation if you stay there, and they will start doing things. This is so nice. To summarize this video, there are quite a number of minerals we can get daily by speaking to the Blacksmith and 2 additional hidden NPCs in the game. And also keep in mind guys, it is not worth it to spend the resins for the magical ores. Just grab the crystals for the weapon experience. After that, be aware of the traps for Resin, which we cannot use on the 40 and 60 world and weekly boss, and the best use of Resin is to stock them up for the high adventure level. We also had a look at there is no need for us to get to 80% or 100% on exploration, and Childe's cooldown is explained by a very lovely guide with different timings. Finally, we had a look at a few of the hidden achievements which I'm still trying to uncover, and we have found 2 of them so far. We also had a look at the quality of life improvements with 1.1, which I'm so happy with the developers, and I'm hoping them to add more improvements to the game quality as well. Maybe adding a farm to the game would be really nice. So let me know what you think about those features guys, and what do you think is going to be a nice feature to add in the game that doesn't have to be farming or monster fighting. Now if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also turn the little bell on for the latest news. I'll be looking towards to make more builds, guides, tips and news and event updates for us as we come further into the game. And as always, I wish you guys the best of luck with Genshin and have the most fun in exploring this wonderful world.